Hello, everybody, and welcome back to More Circles. This time you have a notes page. The sub should pass it out to you if you need to pause the video to get ready to get the notes page. Please do. So today we're doing a lot of the same stuff. We are adding, a couple different problems where you actually have to do some calculations here to deal with circles. But let's again go over parts of the circles because it's that important. But I'm going to kind of cheat because I am a little lazy, and I'm actually just going to use the picture from last video, and I'm going to attach it in here because you should know that. What should you do? I don't know. Maybe you should write this down if you don't have it. But if you need it, please write it down. Pause the video, go back over, get these parts of the circle in here. They'll be important later on. But anyway, so we're going to kind of cheat with that, and we're going to scroll down to this. All right, what are these problems asking us, and what are we doing? Well, let's just go through it. For the following problems, find the measure of the indicated arc or central angle. Ooh, we didn't really talk about this last time, so let's go over this. We know what an arc is, all right, and we're finding the measure of the arc, okay? So the measure of arc is going to be in degrees, okay? And let me just draw a little circle up here again so I can give you this portion of it. So we have a circle, and we need to talk about what a central angle is. Well, a central angle is just like it sounds. It is an angle that goes through the center of a circle. So this is a central angle. And let's just say that this central angle is 90 degrees. Well, the arc measure is also going to be 90 degrees. So the central angle and the arc that is contained is the same measurement. Okay, when we talk about measure, we're talking about degrees. Now you're probably asking yourself, wait a second, well, this is a central angle because it goes through the center, right? But wait a second, this is also a central angle that goes through the center. It just happens to be a bigger one. What is its measure? Well, it's actually not too shabby to find out because I would just take 360 minus 90 from it, and I can find the rest of the measure of this central angle on the other side, or this major arc, right? And it's going to be 270 degrees on the other side there. There you go. Also, this major arc's measure is 270 degrees. So that's one of the things we're going to do today is measure. People find finding the measure actually harder than finding the arc length, which we're going to do here in a little bit, which people find that really easy, but some reason find this really hard. So if you didn't know, a circle, and I should have probably told you this, a circle's 360 degrees. It's all the way around. One rotation, 360 degrees. That's how I am finding. That is why I'm subtracting the 90 from the 360, right? So some of these problems, you need to find the question mark. Well, let's do that. For the first problem, it's pretty easy. What is the question mark? What is this central angle? Well, it's just 140 degrees. Okay, that easy. If this arc that is contained by that central angle is 140, then the central angle is 140. Next, we need to find FEG. So FEG is this right here, okay? And this is actually finding the central angle because it says it has an angle symbol here. And let's do that. Well, this one I'm going to have to do a little math on, okay? Because I don't know what this is. I also don't know what this is. But I know this little portion is 55 degrees, right? And then some of you guys might notice this, but FEH is actually a diameter. So that means that this is a semicircle. That means it is 180 degrees. So now I have two pieces of the pie, right? I got a 180 degree piece and I have a 55 degree piece. Maybe we should add those up to see how much total we have. 55 plus 180 plus 55, 235. That's added up. Now I need to find the missing piece, so let's just take that 235 and subtract it from 360 to find out what's left over from the pi. So we got 360 minus 235. So we got 125 degrees here, right? That is the arc and the central angle there. All right, let's do one more here rather quickly. I don't need much time to explain arc length to you because it is a formula you use and it's actually really straightforward. But let's just do one more of these. I don't know, they're both about the same difficulty. Let's just do number 3 because there's less information that you have here and you have to actually kind of solve some pieces of this. So let's do that. So the first thing I like to do is look for semicircles. Look, do you have a diameter? And the answer to that question is yes, you do have a diameter here. Okay, that is 180 degrees, right? This means this whole thing right here is 180 degrees. That means I can find what this is, right? I can find what that is. I just need to take the two pieces I know, right, and subtract 180 degrees, subtract them from 180 degrees to find what I got here. So I'm actually going to do this in red. There you go. And let me get my purple back out to kind of cover up that red piece. So let's just take 180. Let's do a lot of colors here. Let's do 180 because that's the semicircle, and that should be red because I did the whole thing in red, right? All right. Now I'm going to subtract a number, okay? And the number I'm going to subtract are these two parts put together, which is 45 plus 55, right? Let's go ahead and figure out what that is. That is 100 degrees. So I'm going to subtract 100 from 180 and not a genius. You don't need to be a genius to figure out what that is. It's 80 degrees, so this is 80 degrees. But the question is actually asking us, what is the measure of QS? That's this part right here. You're probably thinking to yourself, that got me no closer to solving this. Realistically, I am not any closer. Well, sometimes you need to find other parts to find that. And now I know some of you are not going to remember vertical angles. If you did, you could cheat and say, hey, this is 80 and this is 80, right? But what if you don't remember what vertical angles are? What if that's a thing? Well, remember, look for diameters. I do have another diameter here. Ooh, and this pink part, right? This pink part is still 100 degrees, right? So then I'm just going to subtract the same numbers together, and I'm going to get 80 again, okay? But that's still not what the question is asking me. The question is asking me, what is the measure of QS? And the measure of QS are these two portions put together. So the measure of QS, of arc QS, is going to be 80 plus 55, and that's going to equal, just real quick, let's just find out what 80 plus 55 is. That's going to be 135 degrees. Multiple ways to do it. Use whichever way you feel like will be best for you to solve. So that's why these are harder, because you have to use a little problem solving. It is not straightforward. You have to think a little higher on these problems. Whereas if we get to find the length of the indicated arc, this is actually a very straightforward problem. Meaning, hey, this length of an arc is measured in feet, inches, yards, meters, whatever you want to be. It measure it. And basically it's saying, hey, if I took this arc and I put it out in a straight line, how many feet is it? Okay? And what you're going to notice is that this is actually just part of a circle, right? And I don't know if you remember, but if you don't, I'm going to write it for you. Circumference, the formula for circumference is 2 pi r. Okay, that is the formula. But I don't want the whole circumference. I just want a ratio of the circumference. So this arc length is going to be as what? Well, what's the formula of arc length? Well, I'm about to tell you right now. So hold on to your seats. Arc length equals 2 pi r. Holy smokes, it's the same. No, it's not. Because it is only part of it. It is only part of that, so I need a ratio of the whole thing. So it's this angle divided by 360, okay, or the central angle divided by 360. So let's just go over arc length one more time, and let's do number one right down here, and let's do it in red. Here we go. So arc length here is, I'm just going to put, whatever, I'll write it out. We got time. Arc length is going to be 2 pi, these are multiplication now, times 6, times 210, divided by 360, and you can put it into a calculator just like this. This is just the way it looks with the parentheses and everything. 2 times pi times 6, parentheses, 210 divided by 360, close parentheses. And I'm going to round to the nearest tenth on all of these. This is 22.0. There you go. All right, we're going to do one more. We're going to do number 4. Save a little time. I'm going to circle it. I'm going to put a little arrow down here. And I'm not even going to write the formula. I'm just going to show you, how to do it. So arc length here is equal to 2 pi times 8 times 315 divided by 360. Put it in parentheses. Go a long way. 2 pi 8 parentheses 315. Ooh, I put 215. 315 divided by 360. And your answer here is going to be 43.98, which, if I round to the nearest tenth, is 44. All right, do the assignment. Should be able to do it, no problem. Have a good day and good luck.